very warm welcome to Thorough Newspaper Analysis for 25th of March, which is brought to you by LawSikho. Now let's proceed with today's agenda. At the very outset, we're going to take up important national and international news updates. This is going to be followed by discussion around two legal updates. And at the very outset, we're going to take up an editorial, which is titled as Rahul's Disqualification and After. With this, let's start with the TNA for today. पहली जो update है, it is with respect to a statement by Union Minister of State for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Dr. L. Murugan. उन्होंने हाल ही में ये कहा है कि India stands at the third position when it comes to fish production and also at the second position for being the largest aquaculture nation in the entire world after China. इस रिस्पेक्ट में एक इम्पॉर्टेंट स्कीम, एक फ्लैगशिप स्कीम रैदर, जिसकी बात हमने अपने प्रीवियस टीएनएस में भी करी है, दैट इज प्रधानमंत्री मत्स्य संपदा योजना. This is a flagship program and the vision of it is to bring about blue revolution through sustainable and responsible development of fisheries sector. इसका जो main motto है, it is to reform, perform and transform the fisheries sector. Moving on to the next update, Income Tax Department has launched a new mobile app. See, the purpose of this app we are going to now just see. This happened on 22nd of March, where the Income Tax Department launched a mobile application called AIS for Taxpayers. ये जो app है, it enables taxpayers to view their tax-related information in the annual information statement or taxpayer information summary. और इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस और ज़्यादा इसलिए बढ़ जाती है बिकॉज स्टार्टिंग द न्यू फाइनेंशियल ईयर फॉर्म 26 AS इट विल ओनली शो इन्फॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड टू योर TDS एंड TCS. तो अगर आपको अपनी टैक्स समरी या इफ़ यू वांट टू हैव अ लुक एट अदर इन्फॉर्मेशन रिलेटेड टू टैक्स, तो देन दिस ऐप इज़ गोइंग टू कम टू योर एड. This is the next update that we have. It's an interesting update. हाल ही में कैलिफोर्निया बेस्ड कंपनी रिलेटिविटी स्पेस, उन्होंने एक 3D printed rocket का launch किया है. This is first of its kind launch. While the rocket failed to reach its orbit, but this launch itself, it has passed or reached several milestones. Another update in the same segment is coming from India. The Space Agency of India, which is ISRO, it has announced that its largest rocket, which is LVM-3, it will be launched from the second launch pad at the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. This will be the rocket's 6th mission overall and its second commercial mission. Moving on to the next update, this is an important update. इसके रिस्पेक्ट में भी हमने हमारे previous TNAs पे बात करी गई. It must be on 18th or 19th of March. So recently the central government signed a memorandum of understanding with the Tamil Nadu government to establish India's first PM Megha integrated textile regions and apparel, which is PM MITRA Park in the state of Tamil Nadu. This particular park, it is going to be established in Virudhunagar district of the state, and this memorandum, it was arrived at in the presence of Union Textile Minister Piyush Goyal and the Chief Minister of the state. अगर हम इसके background की बात करें, so this is one of India's biggest ever initiative when it comes to giving a boost to the infrastructure of textile sector in India. And 17th March को government ने कुछ साइट्स आइडेंटिफाई करी थी और उनको अनाउंस करी थी इन 7 डिफरेंट स्टेट्स, जहाँ पे ये सारे पार्क्स जो है दे आर गोइंग टू बी एस्टैब्लिश. और जो 5 Fs जो हमने उस दिन डिस्कस किए थे, उसको बूस्ट मिलेगा, इससे उसको एनकरेजमेंट मिलेगा. ऑल्सो गवर्नमेंट का ये कहना था कि अगर ये इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट को हम बूस्ट देंगे, दिस इज गोइंग टू अट्रैक्ट मोर इन्वेस्टमेंट, इट इज़ गोइंग टू क्रिएट मोर जॉब्स, एंड हमारा जो विजन है मेक इन इंडिया मेक फॉर द वर्ल्ड, उसको भी दिस इज गोइंग टू एनकरेज. नाउ हियर आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन, which are those 7 states जहाँ पे ये sites identify करी गई थी? I would encourage all of you to put your answers in the comment section. Moving on, now we have come to the international segment. Lionel Messi has become second player after Cristiano Ronaldo to score 800 career goals. This has come in Argentina's second win over Panama, and he now boasts of 33 international goals, and he scored his 800th career goal through a free kick. Now, another update in the international segment itself is the conclusion of annual bilateral maritime exercise Konkan in Arabian Sea between Indian and the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom. This was conducted from 20th to 22nd of March. Moving on to the next update, this is with respect to the induction or inclusion of Egypt as a new member of the BRICS New Development Bank. The bank announced the same on Wednesday. And this particular bank, which is NBD, it will provide Egypt with a new platform to foster cooperation with BRICS countries on infrastructure and sustainable development, as well as with other emerging economies and developing countries. अगर हम BRICS की बात करें, it stands for or it comprises of these 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, China, India, and South Africa. And as far as the new development bank is concerned, it was established in July of 2015. And ever since its establishment for about 6 years now, it has approved about 80 projects for its members with a total portfolio of 30 billion US dollars. And this is headquartered in Shanghai. Now with this we have come to the legal update segment for today, जहाँ पे हम 2 important legal updates की बात करेंगे. So recently, in the case of Adiwasi Thakur Jamat, Swarakshan Samiti versus State of Maharashtra and others, the Honorable Supreme Court has held that affinity tests could not be considered as litmus tests for deciding a caste name, and it was not an essential part in the process of determining the correctness of a caste or tribe name in every case. Further, the top court also held that the need to conduct an affinity test, it would only arise in those cases where the matter has been referred by the vigilance cell of the scrutiny committee. Now, the second update is again a Supreme Court decision. The Apex Court has overruled its 2011 judgment in Arup Bhuyan versus State of Assam, Indira Das versus State of Assam, and the case of State of Kerala versus Ranif, wherein it was held that mere membership of a band association, it is not sufficient to constitute an offence under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act of 1967 UAPA or the Terrorism and Disruptive Activities Prevention Act. Arup Bhuyan versus State of Assam is the name of this particular case. And now we've come to the editorial of Indian Express for today. So the title of this particular editorial is Rahul's Disqualification and After. इसमें essentially हम broadly बात करेंगे again जैसा कि हम रोज करते हैं the why of this article, and फिर उसके बाद we are going to take up a discussion around the notification which was issued on Friday by Lok Sabha Secretariat, जिसमें कि राहुल गांधी की membership जो थी लोक सभा से वो रद्द कर दी गई है अब. And then thirdly we are going to take up the question of whether the authority of the speaker it is final in this regard. This is going to be followed by discussion around Article 102 Clause 1 Subclause E of the Indian Constitution and Section 8 of the Representation of People Act. And then we are going to venture into the question of what does Rahul Gandhi lose with this particular disqualification, and what is going to happen to the people of the Kerala-based constituency Wayanad, जहाँ से he was elected as an MP for Lok Sabha. And then at the very end, we're going to take up what the discussion around this question as to what options does he have further moving onwards. Now see, as far as the why of this article is concerned, जैसा कि हमने कल के एडिटोरियल में भी डिस्कस किया था, this entire thing or discussion it has stemmed after a local court in Gujarat, in Surat, उन्होंने राहुल गांधी को 2019 defamation केस में कन्विक्ट कर दिया and sentence him for 2 years jail term. तो essentially हुआ क्या था, ड्यूरिंग ए लोकसभा इलेक्शन रैली जो 2019 के लोकसभा इलेक्शंस होने वाले थे, उसमें इन अ रैली इन कर्नाटका मिस्टर राहुल गांधी ही मेड रिमार्क्स और ही मेड अ स्टेटमेंट सेइंग जितने भी मोदीज होते हैं वाई आर द थीव्स. सो ही नेम्ड सर्टन पर्सन जिनके सरनेम मोदी था, एंड देन ही मेड दिस रिमार्क फॉलोइंग विच एन एमपी फ्रॉम गुजरात इटसेल्फ ही इनिशिएटेड प्रोसीडिंग्स फॉर defamation and then eventually सूरत के कोर्ट ने उनको कन्विक्ट कर दिया था थर्सडे को. नाउ फॉलोइंग दिस ऑन फ्राइडे द लोकसभा सेक्रेटेरिएट उन्होंने एक नोटिफिकेशन इशू किया गिविंग ए फॉर्मल नोटिस टू मिस्टर राहुल गांधी wherein it was stated that his membership of Lok Sabha it stands discarded, and the notification read as follows, and I quote, Rahul Gandhi's membership stands disqualified from membership of Lok Sabha from the date of his conviction, which is 23rd of March, in terms of provisions of Article 102, Clause 1, Clause E of the Constitution of India, when read with Section 8 of the Representation of People Act 1951. A copy of this particular notification, it was forwarded to Shri Rahul Gandhi, the former MP. Now let's understand why this notification was issued. So see, this was a mere formality or a formal procedure which is undertaken. It is a part of the procedure, and on 13th of October 2015, Election Commission of India, it has asked state chief secretaries to issue appropriate instructions to the department dealing with prosecutions to ensure that cases of conviction of sitting MPs or MLAs, they were brought to the notice of Speaker or Chairman of the House and to the Chief Electoral Officer of the state along with the order of conviction within 7 days of the order. तो ये जो notification issue हुई थी, it was just a part and parcel of the procedure which is there in place. Now, as far as Section 8, subsection 3 of the Representation of People is concerned, Act is concerned, जैसा कि हमने पहले भी discuss किया था, it provides for the fact that a person convicted of any offense and sentenced to imprisonment for not less than 2 years shall be disqualified from the date of such conviction and shall continue to be disqualified for a further period of 6 years since his release. तो ये जो लीगल बेसिस है जहाँ पे उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई करा गया राहुल गांधी को. Thus, ये डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन जो है दिस इज ट्रिगर्ड बाय द कन्विक्शन इटसेल्फ. उनके कन्विक्शन के कारण ही इज बीन डिस्क्वालिफाइड एंड नॉट बाय वर्च्यू ऑफ द नोटिफिकेशन ऑफ द लोकसभा सेक्रेटेरिएट. एंड इस रिस्पेक्ट में इस आर्टिकल में एक रेफरेंस दिया गया है यूपी का, जहाँ पे कि जब कोई अगर एमएलए की डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन होती है तो कैसे जो विधानसभा के सेक्रेटेरिएट है उनको ये नोटिफिकेशन इशू करना पड़ता है. एंड दिस वाज डेल्ट विद इन दिस आर्टिकल इन लाइट ऑफ द डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन ऑफ समाजवादी पार्टी एमएलए. Now let's come to the question of is the authority of the speaker final in this regard. तो इसमें इस रिस्पेक्ट में we have a Supreme Court ruling of 2018 by the name of लोक प्रहारी versus Union of India, जहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्लैरिफाई किया था that a disqualification which is triggered by a conviction, it will be reversed if the conviction is stayed by the court. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एसेंशियली ये कहा था कि जब देखो सी वंस यू आर कन्विक्टेड एंड उसके बाद में योर कन्विक्शन हैज बीन स्टेड ड्यूरिंग द अपील दैट यू फाइल बिफोर द सुपीरियर कोर्ट, देन द डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन इट विल ऑपरेट as a तो ये जो disqualification है which was operating as a consequence of the conviction, it cannot take or remain in effect. So once you were convicted, you approach the higher court in appeal. During the pendency of the appeal, अगर higher court ने आपकी conviction को stay कर दिया, conviction जिसके ground पर disqualification हुई थी, तो disqualification will not stand its ground. So therefore, the notification of the House Secretariat regarding Rahul, it will cease to be in effect if and when his conviction is stayed. So that is not going to be the final authority. Final जो इसमें अभी होगा, this is going to be the response of the Superior Court, and it is going to be interesting for all of us to see how the events are going to unfold. Now let's come to Article 102, Clause 1, Subclause E of the Indian Constitution and Section 8 of the Representation of People Act of 1951. As far as this article is concerned, it deals with the grounds for disqualification of the parliamentarians and parliamentarian MP, and subclause E specifically provide if he is so disqualified by or under any law which is made by the parliament. Now the law concerned here is the 1951 Act. As far as 1951 Act is concerned, Section 8 of it deals with disqualification of a lawmaker for conviction in certain offences. This particular provision, इसका aim अगर हम उसकी बात करें तो it is to prevent criminalization of politics and keeping tainted lawmakers from contesting elections. Now let's understand what does Mr. Gandhi lose along with his membership of Lok Sabha. तो सबसे पहले तो he had a home in Lutyens, Delhi. So as per a certain source, he is going to have to let go of his house जो उनके पास था after he was elected MP from Amity in the year 2004, and now he is to vacate the same within the time frame जो कि उनको दिया जाएगा. And he is also going to lose all the other perks that he had by virtue of his seat as an MP. Now let's understand what is going to happen to the constituency in the state of Kerala जहाँ से उन्होंने इस बार लोकसभा इलेक्शन कंटेस्ट किए हुए थे, and he was a part of the लोकसभा by virtue of that seat. तो इलेक्शन कमीशन जो है वो एक बाय इलेक्शन करवा सकते हैं उस सीट से, जैसा कि उन्होंने यूपी में भी अनाउंस किया था पोस्ट द समाजवादी MLA's डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन. And further, as far as the options that Mr. Gandhi has, उसके respect में अगर हम बात करें तो see his disqualification can be reversed अगर कोई higher court stay grant कर दे on the conviction itself or the court decides the appeal in his favor, because हमने पहले भी note किया था कि qualification disqualification जो उनकी है, this is triggered by the virtue of the conviction. तो अगर conviction ही stay कर दी जाएगी तो then disqualification is going to be affected accordingly, and अगर of course appeal उनके favor में decide हो जाती है तो then तो it is going to be reversed, and his first appeal would have to go before the Surat Sessions Court, and then this is going to be followed by further redressal before the Honorable High Court of Gujarat. And if he does not get a relief from these two courts, then he will be disqualified from contesting elections for 8 long years, because 2 years उनकी sentence term हो जाएगा and then plus 6 years जो कि mandated है section 8 subsection 3 of the Representation of People Act. So that's all we have for this editorial, and with this we've come to an end of the TNA. अगर आपको free study material या TNA slides का access चाहिए, I would request all of you to join our Telegram channel. The link of this is provided in the description of this video, and you can scan the barcode here if you want to get in touch with LawSikho. These are the point of contacts for doing the same, and the link for yesterday's TNA quiz, it is uploaded in the description of today's video, and I would request all of you to participate more and evaluate yourselves. Thank you for being with us. Also, put down your answers in the comments. We would really like to hear from you. Thank you.